Yep.
I'm heading up to Boston on Friday for Weidman's fight. I'm pumped about that.
Yeah, I'm
And
hyped for that fight, man.
yeah, Weidman's
You know
looking fresh.
what? Chris Weidman, he's my boy. He's your teammate. Dom Reyes has come on the show twice. I'm like, man, I don't 3 times.
3 times.
I don't even know. Like, where is my loyalty?
It's got to be with you. You got the Strong Island blood in you.
I know,
It's
but
gonna be a
like,
good fight. These are two guys. Dom Reyes, undefeated, up and comer, and Weidman, veteran. Former champion, it's a number one contender fight for sure at that weight.
Yeah, that's the rumor. Is the winner of this is going to be the one who fights John Jones next because they want to sell that.
wow.
It's either going to be, it'll probably wind up being John Jones versus Weidman if Weidman wins at like the Barclays Center or something in February.
I mean, I just think if Chris does his wrestling, it's
yeah,
That's the game. That'll be the game
Yeah.
changer.
because
Yeah.
I think stand up they're both pretty good.
Oh yeah.
I think the X factor would be if Chris can land his takedowns.
it's a tough fight to pick. I would obviously root for Weidman from being from Long Island, having mutual friends with them. But then
Yeah.
when you look at it on paper, you're like, ugh, moving up to 205, fighting
Yeah.
an undefeated kid.
Hey,
Yeah.
it's a number one contender fight. That's how it's got to be.
Yeah, and like
But when he fought for a title last time, did he didn't have a number one contender fight for the title?
a little bit.
Did
Him versus Munoz was kind of a number one contender fight.
No, it wasn't.
It was. Munoz was very highly touted at that point.
He was highly touted because he had done a lot, but I don't think he was.
Munoz had just beaten Damian Maia, and he had a couple big wins. Munoz was up there. Munoz was in like the top 4.
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh, very well.
What other fights you looking forward to this weekend? Is that the only New York guy on the card? Is Weidman?
Yeah, that's the only New York guy, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, a bunch of the fights are good. I like that Randy Costa. Randy Costa's a Boston guy. Lozon's fighting. I like all of the Lozon guys.
Oh yeah, you gotta always watch Joe Lozon when he fights.
Yeah.
Where is he on the card?
I'd assume he's gonna be definitely televised because he's gonna get a huge crowd pop.
I didn't even notice he was still fighting.
Yeah.
He's fighting an up and comer guy off the Contender Series. Definitely a guy I had on my radar, or I have on my radar. I don't remember his name, but he looked good on the Contender Series.
Jonathan Pierce.
Yeah.
Yeah, 27-year-old.
How old's Joe now?
Joe might still be young. Like he might 35. So yeah, he's
Joe started fighting when he was like 18, right? Like 17.
Yeah, he's been doing it for a long time. We got Macy Barber versus Jillian Robertson. That should be a good one.
I got Macy Barber there.
Do you?
Yep.
Jillian Roberts has been killing it, getting those submissions, right? She's a grappler, ATT girl.
Why don't we just go through the card right now while we got
we got
Frevola
Frevola with us. But I think Jillian,
she's a Florida girl, trains at ATT.
and she trains with the homie Dean Thomas, is like her head coach. So
Okay. I just think that Macy chick's nasty with those elbows.
this is true. But I think Jillian Robinson's nasty with the elbows too and jiu-jitsu. Jillian's got she looks sweeter than she is.
Greg Hardy.
With her red hair.
Greg Hardy's on there.
Menace's Clash of Clans homie Greg Hardy.
No, he don't call, he don't write.
Because didn't you say Depot kicked him off the squad?
Yeah, I think so. Court McGee's fighting Sean Brady.
Yeah, so like these
Brady?
ones we don't really know.
What do you mean? Where's Court?
Do you know Sean Brady?
I don't, but I know Court McGee well.
Yeah.
Is that at 55 or 70?
Ooh, good call.
70.
Good. That's another good call because that dude should not be at 155.
And that's a tough one. Sean Brady, apparently a young up-and-coming guy, says he's 10-0, so
Oof.
they're throwing some smoke Court McGee's way. We don't care about Daniel. Not that we don't care about the fighters, but
Yeah,
we don't know
whatever.
Daniel Spitz or Tanner Borsay.
I'm just focused on people I know.
That's the debuter versus the young.
That Kyle
Lion.
Bokchnik.
So now you're a big fight fan for Vola, right? Like you follow the sport a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. I watch all the fights.
Oh yeah, I watch all the fights. Menace is kind of a casual, so that's why I'm like his link to fighting now.
That dude that fought Zabit.
I do a little betting here and there. All my buddies are degenerate gamblers, so
All right, it's good to hang out with people like that.
versus Sean Woodson.
Sean Woodson, I don't know, but I know Bosniak. Bosniak is from up there. He's
a Boston guy.
Yeah, CES
Yeah, he's
guy.
a guy he had that war with Zabit. Right?
Yes, and then he lost to Charles Rosa.
Okay.
Right.
I don't know either of these chicks.
I wanted to fight Charles Rosa in Boston when I was trying to get a fight. I remember that.
At 55 or 45?
Well, I was trying to. I could never make 145. I was trying to get him at 55. I was just trying to get a fight, and he called me fat on Twitter. Actually.
Oh,
What?
did he?
Yeah.
How? Like, what was the contents of him calling you fat?
I think I like called him out. I was trying to get fight him in Boston, and then called me fat or something.
What? Hang on, you need to get a little more detail here.
Pull up
Like, what
Twitter.
was your call out?
You gotta look at
Charles
my
Rosa,
Twitter,
I think you're trash.
Yeah. something like that.
So that's like a tough one for us now. So we've had Manny Bermudez on the show like 3 or 4 times. He has the same last name as Menace, so they like play around, joke like they're cousins.
If you didn't catch that, he's got the same last name as me.
Yeah. I heard him on your show.
And then Charles Rosa we had on. We have some friends from American Top Team and whatnot, some of his coaches. And then when we had him on, he's fucking cool as shit.
Yeah, cool cat.
Yeah, we can't hate that guy. But then for that fight, it's like, who do you think wins that fight, Matt?
I hope I think Bermudez. I'm gonna go with Bermudez just because Charles Rosa called me fat, so I'm gonna root against him.
Menace calls me fat every week.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he said sing it.
Bermudez
I
winning
said,
just rolls off the tongue nice. I gotta go that way too.
Bring it, don't sing it. Sign the contract and ship your fat steamroller ass up to Boston and end up like the rest of them.
Wow. What did you say before that though?
Those are fighting words.
I said.
I love this right now.
Oh no! I commented. He like posted something like, "Who wants to see me fight in Boston?" I said, "You trying to get steamrolled?"
Ooh. And you were in the UFC at the time?
Yeah. This was before. It was after I.
This was last year.
No. It was after I beat Jalen Turner, and I wanted to fight October, and I wasn't getting a fight, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Like, I want to fight, and then Boston. Weidman was ahead. I wanted to fight Australia, and then I wanted to either fight. This was when the UFC was in San Francisco before they moved to Tampa, so I wanted to either fight Australia, San Francisco, or Boston. So I was just calling guys out, and then they switched the UFC from San Francisco to Tampa, and I was like, I know I'm fighting in Tampa because I got roots there.
I feel like you're. I mean, is that organic for you to call people out, or you've been rolling with Al Quinta a little bit, or just maybe a mix?
No, I don't really.
Or you get the sports.
I don't.
Or you get the sports.
What?
Or you get the sport in terms of like, hey man,
the way the sport is now.
Like how you get the fights you want. You got to just be a little bit vocal. Not that you necessarily mean them, or what you're saying.
No, you're absolutely right. You nailed it. Like, I don't usually call people out like that, but like I said, I wanted to fight, and I was talking with my manager, and I was like, let's get a fight booked, and then we didn't hear anything. Sean Shelby doesn't get back to us, of course, and then and then I'm talking with my brother. You know my brother Jimmy, they call him Cheese. He's he's like talk shit on Twitter. So then. And just I keep it tasteful. He sends me, he tells me to say some shit, and then and I'll make it into my own or something like that.
Yeah. Well,
but yeah, I get how the sport is now.
Well, even Rosa and Bermudez, they're fighting this week. They were super peaceful with each other. Menace tried to stir the pot a little bit.
Yeah, try a little bit.
And was like, "We just talked to Manny Bermudez. This is what he said. What do you got to say to him?" And Rosa was like, "Oh, he's cool. He's a nice guy."
You can't force it. Like this last guy I fought, Luis Pena. He was like respectful before the fight and everything, but I did a little Twitter thing, call him out too as well. What did I say to him? No, I called out Luis Pena on Twitter too, and I got that fight. So kind of now that as long as I keep winning, I think I could dictate where I want my career. Who I want to fight, when I want to fight.
Yeah, Luis Pena and Jared Gordon were going back and forth a little bit, trying to fight each other, and they were being super respectful. So it's probably like when Sean Selby sees that, he's probably like, I'm good. I'm good on this. He'd rather see people talk shit, and then it's like that's the fight to make.
Yeah, I think each situation you look at and you'll see if it tickles your fight fancy in a way,
Yeah. So who's your manager, by the way? I heard you say your manager.
Matt Arroyo. He's my head coach down at Grace Tampa South, and he's been in my corner.
Oh, so he manages you as well.
Yeah, and then he manages. He talks with the UFC and does all that stuff too. And then obviously Longo as well. Everything goes by Longo.
Oh yeah, Matt Arroyo is an OG. He was on Tough. I forget which season.
It was the Sarah versus Hughes.
Yeah, I used to live in Florida, so like even he was all the way up in Tampa, but I always heard about Matt Arroyo. He was big on the jiu-jitsu scene for a minute, or maybe still is. Yeah.
Yeah, still is. He's he's a beast.
So now we'll jump into the main card of UFC Boston. We have Deron Winn versus Darren Stewart.
Deron Winn, is that wrestler?
Deron Winn is Mini DC. He's from AKA.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to go with him.
He beat Tom Lawler. He's very highly touted, is what they say about him.
That's the guy that's like 5'6", fighting at 185.
Yeah.
I'm
going to go with him.
At 185?
Yeah, this is at 185. I mean, he beat Tom Lawler. Tom Lawler's no scrub. Tom Lawler's fucking good.
No, this dude was on the Olympic ladder for wrestling.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a beast wrestler.
So he grabs a hold of you, you're in trouble.
Bro, he fights like DC. Did you see him in his... Who'd he fight? Eric Spicely he beat in his UFC debut.
Oh, no, I didn't see it.
He throws fucking... He's like a mini DC. He throws like meat hooks. Like lunging hooks, and he has an iron chin. So at 5'6", when you face someone that small, the tie clinch is there all day. So... Eric Spicely kept grabbing a tie clinch and just feeding him knees, and he would just eat it and go to like that.
Oh no, a counter tie.
Yeah, go to that like collar tie and was working over tie and was working takedowns. So he's tough.
Yeah, that clinch position is definitely like there's either the Muay Thai side of the clinch where you're landing knees, landing strikes, but a wrestler could definitely like neutralize that with as long as the wrestler like understands the Muay Thai aspect a little bit, you could use his hips and use that Greco-Roman wrestling,
Yeah, especially with the cage.
Oh, yeah.
You have no hips if he just pushes you back against the cage. But all right, so we're all unanimous there. We're going with Deron Winn.
Yeah.
Then we have Macy Barber versus Jillian Robertson.
I got Macy Barber.
I got Jillian Roberts submission.
Yeah, I'm going to go Jillian Robertson. I think Macy Barber's still young in the game. I could see her maybe overwhelming Jillian, but I think Jillian, unless the referee jumps in and we get like one of those stoppages, but I think Jillian Robertson's
Barber's
tough.
the higher ranked woman too here.
Yeah.
So.
And I think the winner of this might be next for Paige Van Zandt.
Ooh.
Macy Barber's been calling her out. Jillian Robertson is on like a roll. Yeah.
Look at that ceiling. That's a nice ceiling, dude.
Oh, they live in fancy over there.
Yeah, at the dog pound.
Is that a bouncer pad or what?
I mean, it's out
black
of the
leather
house.
Couch.
You like that though?
Posters. Oh, Mike Piazza.
And then Darnold, the future.
Okay.
Who is that? Sam Darnold? Darnold?
Yeah.
He's the future.
That's the Jets quarterback. I was thinking of the Giants quarterback. I'm like, that's not his fucking name.
You didn't look at the colors of the fucking uniform, you idiot?
No, I was reading the name first. I'm a fucking idiot. We know this.
Yeah, you are.
So, Joe Luozon versus Jonathan Pierce.
I'm going to say that the old dog still has it.
Yeah, I'm rooting for Lozon.
I'm going to root for him.
Well, hang on. So there are a lot of times where I root for somebody, but I say who I think's going to win.
Listen, I pick with my heart, so I'm going with Lozon. I'm not going to put any money on it, though.
Yeah, like I love Luozon, but I feel like he's on a slide right now. Let me check him out real quick. But super nice guy. Have you ever met Lozon?
Yeah, he was at the Atlanta fight.
He lost his last 3. He's won 1 of his last 5.
Yeah, he's had a little tough skid as of late. But yeah, I met him when I was younger, and he was obviously like the same age as me fighting. I met him at like the Tropicana for a Ring of Combat once.
Actually, I want Joe Lozon to win, but he lost to Clay Guida, so I got to throw my vote the other way. Not that I think Clay Guida's a bad fighter.
Well, I feel like Guida had a little resurgence as of late, so that could be what that was.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to go Jonathan Pierce. I'm rooting for Luozon, but I think Pierce might take that one.
Yeah.
If I'm a betting man.
Yeah, from the betting man.
You know what?
Can't count Joe
Hey,
Lowe's on that.
DM me the odds on that one.
From your bookie. Menace might place some money on it.
Pierce is definitely the favorite, right?
-140.
Minus 140.
Pierce is minus 140.
Yeah, I think so.
145.
145.
Oh, your boy next to you gambles, huh? He knew where to
No.
look. Yeah.
I got it out.
No.
So then we got Greg Hardy versus Ben Sassoli.
I'm gonna go with my guy Greg.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Ben Sassoli. Let's see. The UFC didn't even care enough to put his record up or his picture up. So
Oh, man. They're trying to feed Greg Hardy again.
he's an Australian dude named the Combat Wombat.
Wow.
So I think that's a tough fight for him.
For who?
For Ben Sassoli. I think Greg Hardy is at the point right now, unless you're a high-level wrestler or jiu-jitsu guy, it's going to be tough on
Well, hang on. If you really know how to strike, I think you beat Greg Hardy too.
the feet.
I think if you could survive his early onslaught, then you can beat him later. You just got to survive that.
Take him
that
3 minutes
initial
in. Yeah.
storm. Yeah.
At heavyweight, it's
Weather-
3 minutes
weather
in.
the
Yeah.
storm.
All right, I'm going to go Greg Hardy. And then
I'm going the other guy.
you going the other guy? You think he's going to weather the storm?
Yeah, I think it's. I mean, you gotta like after watching Greg Hardy fight, you figure that out, and execute that.
But again, he's with a good team. He's with American Top Team. I'm pretty sure Dean Thomas is his coach as well.
Might be.
Yeah, so I think when you have good coaching, you can make advancements.
We had Dean Thomas on the show now twice, and Stan's obsessed with him.
No, I'm not. What do you mean? I'm talking
Hang
about
on,
fighters he coaches.
Hang on, there's nothing wrong with being obsessed with him, Stan.
I'm not obsessed with him.
You're like, if he coaches anybody, you're like, he must be great.
No, I think American Top Team is great, and they are a great gym. And I think if you work with some of the coaches from there, you probably get really good looks every day in practice. Probably are comparable, if
I
not better
agree
than
with
your
you,
opponent.
but you constantly point it out every time.
I've only pointed it out
Are
twice.
they giving you money underneath the table?
No.
I don't know about.
I've
not seeing?
only pointed it out twice. Let's not argue in front of a guest.
Tonight.
Let's not argue in front of a guest.
I'll fucking smack you in front of the guest.
Oh,
No, I mean,
you would never.
He makes a good point.
So now, Yair Rodriguez versus Jeremy Stevens.
Oh wow, yeah, that's gonna be a banger.
I think he poked the bear. I think Jeremy's going to kill
Yeah,
him.
I'm going Jeremy Stevens.
Yeah, I'm going Jeremy Stevens as well.
Unless Yair can land a cartwheel kick or
Nope.
some weird shit that Jeremy doesn't see, I think Jeremy's going to maul him.
I agree.
Like he poked the bear. He pissed Jeremy Stevens off. Like you could have got away with just Jeremy Stevens having his game face on and just being his normal mad self, but now you actually pissed him off.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I picked Jeremy even on the first matchup too, but that like you said, I think he's just fired up now even more, and he gets inside the kicking range and just like lets those hands loose, body, head, and finishes them like with some hands. That's what I'd like to see.
Did you watch the eye poke fight?
Yeah, that was horrible. That
Like Jeremy Stevens isn't a bitch. Like he
No,
was
no
really
chance.
fucked up. Like he would have continued even with an eye poke.
Yeah, it was definitely affected him, and he would have continued if he could.
One of my favorite things was after the fight. I always say, like, we always reference when Keeping It Real goes wrong here on Menace and the Man from Chappelle.
Yeah.
When Yair started yelling at Bisping.
Oh yeah. Yo, Bisping almost chokeslammed him.
Bisping was ready to fuck him up.
Didn't Bisping comment on that?
Yeah, on our Instagram. Bisping was like, agreed. When I told him, I wrote like, Yair almost had a Keeping It Real goes wrong moment yelling at Bisping.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, like Bisping's always been one of those guys too. Like he always fucks with Dominic Cruz, and he's like, "You're little, you're a little guy. What are you gonna do to me? I'm fucking huge compared to you, So he probably looks at Yair similar. Like you're a featherweight. I'm a fucking middleweight, light heavyweight.
Like I'm a man.
Yeah, he's
I'm
a
a man,
fight-
and you're a boy.
He's a fighter through and through, and he'll be doing that when he's like 80 years old too.
Oh my God! Did you see the thing of him taking his eye out?
No, I didn't see it. I heard about it though.
Oh my God! And now the talk is now they asked Dana White if he was tricking the athletic commissions, and he's like, no, there's no chance they would have checked his eye. But then at the same time, it's fucking Michael Bisping. Like maybe they were kind of just giving him the quick pass through the medicals because of who he is. He had a fake eye.
Yeah,
I'd have to see it. because when I saw him in California, it was super cloudy and like it looked like a fucking like goblin's eye. It was like he was a fucking witch or some shit.
Yeah, and even like what I heard he did, he had oil injected into his eye so that
Yeah.
way his detached retina wouldn't
Exactly.
like move
and
over.
he couldn't get the surgery done or whatever until after he's done fighting. And I remember like talking to him and being like, "Where do I look?" Because I can't stop looking at that fucking eye.
Oh, man.
And you're
I
a lot
met
bigger.
him.
You're a lot bigger than me, and you have a temper. And I don't know. I don't want to like really piss you off, but
I met him for the first time over the weekend. He was super cool, and I didn't really notice it. But now that I next time I see him, I got to inspect that a little bit more.
hang on, no.
Well, now he's got
he's
the eye in. He's got the fake eye in now.
because
Can't
the
tell at all
eye,
now.
the eye
Yeah.
that he was fighting with was like fucking some Blair Witch fucking like clouded eye. Like the whole thing was almost white with like a fucking light blue. It was fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But kudos to that dude. Like what he did, he won the middleweight title with that eye.
Yes, he did.
They say that the fight with Belfort, TRT Belfort, is how that happened.
Oh.
He got hit
Yeah.
with the head kick and it fucked up his eye. But kudos to that guy. So main event: Dominic Reyes versus Chris Weidman.
I think this is the closest of the card of like
The closest fight on the card.
yeah.
Who's the favorite?
Yeah, let's go to the bookies. Let's see what we got.
Yeah. Let's see. Reyes minus 165.
Reyes minus 165.
Weidman plus 145.
Weidman plus 145.
So they got Weidman as a slight underdog, not a big underdog.
Yeah. Yeah, Weidman all day.
Oh man.
So give us a little insight. What have you been seeing? Like, how's he looking? How's he feeling at the gym? I know you had your
he's-
own shit going on.
He's looking good. He had Kamosi out for I want to say like 3 weeks. Kamosi was out training. They were sparring, and then when I left, he had Wonderboy come, so he's training a lot with Wonderboy too. He's at Sarah BJJ all the time. He's at Law all the time. He came out to hot yoga. We started doing hot yoga together.
Yeah, that's that shit.
Yeah, so we've been doing that, and I know he's been swimming too.
That's good though.
Yeah.
He brought out.
Would you say he's taking
tricky
this fight
southpaws.
more serious than other big fights?
He's always training hard, but he's definitely working real hard now.
I mean,
it was awesome because
yeah.
we were all in camp together, so I was able to like fucking work hard alongside him and Al. It was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But
Because I fought in the same card as him once when we were doing those hill sprints. I don't know if you guys ever did you go to the summer at the high
Yeah.
school? Ask him about me. Your boy. Ask Aljo too. They both. Aljo beat me once.
you haven't beaten Marab's record though.
Marab was there, I think. What do you mean?
All I know is Marab's got that record for 3 5-minute rounds. How many times you like run up and down the hill?
What is it?
I got to find out exactly, but
I would like to say I did 8. Is that a lot?
I think that's pretty good. But
I forget what.
I think Marab's up at like 13, 14, somewhere around there.
Does Marab crush Aljo?
No, they're close. They're close.
Well, I beat Aljo by like a lap.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
Menace has like
you're a beast, bro.
he now has the "you're telling me I got to try out for the team" face on
What up?
again.
Yeah.
Like, wait, you're telling me I'm
Well,
not the
what's-
fastest one?
Like, I mean, shit, dude.
Yeah, those hills are no joke.
Yeah, we go to high school. Did you guys get kicked off this summer?
No, they're still running.
No,
it.
I know. There was like we came. I forget what day, and like
Yeah, the hills that
Chris
hurt.
Chris had to be Chris and be
High
like,
school.
"Hey, guys, come on, we're just trying to like, what do you mean we can't work out here?
oh, he had
Turn
to
into mayor."
he had to pull the Chris Weidman card.
Yeah, he pulled the Chris Weidman card.
Yeah.
I think the guy was like, "You guys gotta leave." We're like, "Okay, whatever." We just ran it anyways. Like, what are you gonna do? Drag us off?
Which one of us do you want to get your ass kicked by?
Call
Yeah. We're
call
not-
the cops. Chris knows the cops. Like,
You hit him with the "we're not fucking leaving." We're not fucking leaving. All right, so I think I'm gonna lean towards Chris Weidman. You guys are going Weidman as well.
Yeah.
I think Chris is the more well-rounded fighter. I do think Dominic has the better chin.
Do you know what it is with Weidman too? He's had hard luck in his losses. Like he was beating Jacare, and then he just got caught.
Right, yep.
I thought he was beating Musasi before the fouls and the whole like debacle that happened there.
I agree.
Every loss he's had, he's in every fight.
I agree.
Oh, and then I was gonna say, who's the other one? The other one was Yoel. He was out wrestling Yoel and beating Yoel before that
that's
flying
the
knee.
fight game. Especially those big guys. You get caught with really anyone. You get caught one shot, it could change the fight. I like Weidman not having to cut any weight too. Like
Oh my God! Hang on. That changes so much. I think he's gonna have a better chin.
He's still cutting something. He doesn't walk at 200. He walks like 220, 230.
Yeah,
but he's healthy right now. He's
cutting 20 pounds versus cutting 40 pounds is a fucking.
Yeah, that like I remember hearing especially after the IV got taken out, Weidman struggled making 185, or like struggled with the recovery after making 185.
Yeah, I mean, definitely got to make that adjustment.
I'm. This is just why? Hang on. Do you know why it's on a Friday?
No.
Are you asking me or Matt?
No, I'm asking Matt. I don't know. Just because I already asked you.
They're probably just trying to try another fight night on a different night of the week.
Well, it's an ESPN. It's an ESPN. You think maybe there's too much like college football on ESPN on Saturday?
It's not hockey season, right?
Could be. Yeah, it could be.
Is it hockey season or hockey season not going on right now?
Dude, he already just said it's a college football.
It is.
Oh, it is hockey season right now.
Yeah.
It could be they went to Boston and they couldn't get a venue because it could be a hockey game or something on Saturday. I don't know. Something. Who knows? You have to ask. That's like a Dana White question or a fucking Hunter Campbell question.